The Elastico is one of the most iconic, mesmerizing, and arguably one of the most effective tools that requires with players with 5-star skill moves in FC26. Today, I show you how to master it. Just a quick reminder, this is the 14th video of our advanced calendar, and 2 of you have the chance to get our attacking course on the Guide Plus for free if you can find the code that is somewhere hidden in this video. Watch carefully and redeem it in the link in the description below. So let us start off with the input. For executing an Elastico or reverse Elastico, you need to have a player with 5-star skill moves. If you want to go for a normal Elastico, then you have to start off with the right analog stick from the right side of the player. That means if you're facing goal like this towards the right side, then you put the right analog stick first towards the lower side of the player, and then you make a rotation, 90-degree rotation in the clockwise direction. So this is how it goes. You see, we execute an Elastico. We put the right stick towards the right side of the player, and then we go for a quarter circle in the clockwise direction. The input changes regarding the direction you are facing. So if you're facing the upper side, then you have to start from the right side of the player, and then that means you have to put, or you have to push the right analog stick first towards the right side, like this. And then you see the input on the screen, and then make a quarter circle towards the lower side. So this is how you actually do it. For the reverse Elastico, it's just the opposite. You start from the left side of the player, and then you make a rotation, 90-degree rotation towards the counterclockwise direction. So here, when we're facing the goal, we start off from the left side of the player, which is the upper side with the right analog stick, and then we go towards the left, towards the counterclockwise direction, and then we execute the reverse Elastico. So there is this one factor that makes the input different for players, and that is if the player is left-footed or right-footed. Left-footed players have the mirror inputs for Elasticos compared to the right-footed players. That means in a position where you would actually go for a normal Elastico with a right-footed player, the same input goes for the reverse Elastico for the left-footed player. So it is very important to know which dominant foot your player has. So there is also this new Elastico variation that you can use by holding on to the L2 button and giving the same Elastico input. So when you're moving and going for the normal Elastico, then this allows you to go for a different animation. So you see, instead of going for the animation where you put the ball outside first, you go for the inside direction with the new Elastico animation. That could help you create new shooting or passing opportunities in or around the box. First off, I want to just clarify one thing. You can use Elastico both while standing and also while moving. Here, when we receive the ball, we are not moving, we're static, and then we give the Elastico input, the normal Elastico input that will push the ball first towards here and then here, which will allow us to dodge the defender's move over there. So just standing there using the Elastico input, and then it will give us a movement like this. You see, we just dodged the opponent, and it's actually much faster compared to the moving one, but then we can also use it while moving, and then it's the same purpose, but it's a bit slower than the actual standing Elastico. It's still the same thing. The opponent is coming that way, and then we will just execute the Elastico first towards here, the first push, and then the second push towards here. That will allow us to get past the opponent. And also here you see we just change direction, and then just because of the second push gives us a momentum, we can actually go in the same way like this, and then we can use the acceleration the Elastico gives us, and that puts us way past the defender. So when does Elastico comes in handy? When does it become effective? The main reason it becomes effective is that you can change the ball's direction twice with a single move, and you can easily dodge the opponent's aggressiveness. And you should always be watching the opponent, because you don't do Elastico without any purpose. And the first purpose of this move is to dodge the opponent in midfield, in the box, or anywhere else on the pitch. So what you need to do here is to watch the opponent's movement, and then if they go for a straight move in like this, because you see they're just running here without covering the side, then you can tell yourself, okay, what I want to do here is to first push the ball over there and then go for a move like this so that I can enjoy the space in behind. And Elastico is exactly for that, because with the reverse Elastico here, you can actually make those two movements. And if you're going diagonally towards the upper side, then you can go for a 45-degree turn towards the straightforward line, and then in the meanwhile you can dodge the opponent. So as I see that the opponent is not covering this side like this, because if they would have gone like here, they would have covered the Elastico as well, but they're running straight in the red arrows direction, and that is why I execute the reverse Elastico. And then you see, just because they tackled in, we were able to dodge them, and then we just go straight forward in the line towards the opposition goal. Another example here, when I see that the opponent is approaching me from the lower side, it is really important to understand what they're trying to do. So here, if they were to cover this angle, then a reverse Elastico wouldn't be efficient. But then they're trying to go straight towards the upper side like this, which will force them to cover only one side because they are not covering the side like this. This angle is open. So what I want to do here is to go for a diagonal move over there and then turn towards that side so that I will have the space either towards here for dribbling or a pass towards my teammate. So if I just go straight forward, you see this is the line that the opponent is covering. If I just straight go forward like this, they will receive the ball, they will win the ball. So what I do here is to execute a reverse Elastico, and then the opponent actually goes in for a tackle, you see, and then we were able to turn the tide towards the goal without getting intercepted, without getting tackled. And then this is when I have a lot of space because I've dodged a defender, and then I can try to dribble the ball here. I can try to pass the ball over there. A lot of options just because we were able to get past the opponent. And here I pass the ball inside and score the goal. And you can also use the Elastico right after faking the opponent. Here in this case, you see the opponent is trying to anticipate us, and I make a movement slightly towards the upper side, this movement. And then the opponent will have to cover the upper side because they're panicking, they're trying to catch up, they're moving towards here, and I know with the next move, just because I turn towards the left upper side, they will try to cover here, which will open up this space over here. So what I will need to do here is to get myself again towards that side with a left stick direction change, and then I will need to move like this. So I will need 2 direction changes so that I will turn myself towards the goal and I can actually go for a shot here. So you see we're turning towards the upper side, and then with a single left stick input change, we turn towards this side, and this is the exact moment the opponent will actually go towards that side, because we were facing the upper side to fake them. And in this case, once I turn towards the lower side, I will need to move like this. So this is exactly when I execute the Elastico, and yet we will be able to get past them easily and turn ourselves towards the goal for an open goal chance. You see, then we score the goal. Now we will get to the second part, because we don't only use the Elastico to dodge the opponent or get past them, we also use it to create good shooting opportunities. And as you can see in this example, the new variation is super effective when you get the chance inside the box. This is why my colleague Taz created an in-depth tutorial on the Guide Plus about the new Elastico variation. In that lesson, he shows you about the fine details about the new Elastico variation, how to use it, how to set it up, and how to become effective with it. And that is one of many lessons we have in our release meta course, which you can find only on the Guide Plus. Our application, the Guide Plus, offers you over 10 courses with over 100 video tutorials throughout the entire FC season. With our Christmas offer, you have the chance to unlock our entire content with the Season Pass for FC 26 with a reduced price, and also gift it to a friend at a reduced price. If you don't want to miss out our premium content, check the links in the description. So we come to the part where we actually create goal scoring opportunities with the Elastico. As I approach the box, as I'm just outside the box or inside the box, this could be very promising because you have the ability to change the direction, and if you're not facing the goal properly, this could be really helping you with the direction adjustment towards the goal, because it has the direction change of 45 degrees, and then you can actually use it to create new passing options. But in that case, I use it to create goal scoring opportunities. So we execute the Elastico twice to be able to get ourselves towards the goal, and I actually dodge this opponent, but then I will have the trial of dodging this player because they are moving towards the shooting range or the shooting line, because I will try to actually shoot the ball over here or over here, and then the opponent is actually moving in a good spot to be able to cover off the shooting angle. So what I want here is that I observe what he's trying to do, and then you see they're just still going in this direction. They're going over there. So if I shoot the ball right here without doing the skill move, then I will get blocked. So what I need here is a direction change that will allow me to adjust the angle, because if I can turn around like this, and in the meanwhile, if the opponent continues over there, then I will have an extra shooting angle without getting intercepted. And this is why I execute the Elastico, because I know if I execute it correctly, then I won't lose the ball, because I will be also covering the ball away from the AI defender is chasing me. And then just because I change the ball's direction twice, this will be a surprising effect, and it will allow me to turn around really fast. So as you see here, we just execute the Elastico, and I actually dodge the defender to create the shooting opportunity. And right after the Elastico, I don't take a second touch on the ball. I just shoot it on the first time, and this will be a goal. In another position, when I receive the ball inside the box, so you see we're trying to cover the ball off against a defender, and then I am trying to turn myself towards the goal. And this is where it becomes really effective as well, because if you need rapid direction changes inside the box, which will give you a shooting angle, the Elastico is going to work out. So we actually dodge the opponent with our left stick dribbling, but then you see we are in a very poor position to rotate ourselves. I'm facing this direction, and actually I want to be able to turn around here with a quick direction change, because this will give me the angle to shoot the ball inside the goal. So what I do here, I don't execute fake shot like this or just using the left analog stick here. I need a quick turn, and I think the Elastico, in that case, the reverse Elastico is the fastest way to do it, because you see we will receive the ball right here, and then we turn around, and with the reverse Elastico, we directly change our output or direction output towards the goal without losing any speed or momentum. And this is where you can actually go for a low driven shot, a finesse shot, or whatever you need. And then this is where I actually score the goal like this. Another opportunity inside the box, we receive the ball, but then we don't have the angle to shoot the ball, because if I go for a shot here, it's blocked. If I go for a shot here, they will actually have the chance to block the shot. They're actually doing really fine. What I need here is a direction change. And then if you get 2 touches on the ball, and then if you change your direction, you will have a good chance to be able to score the goal. So what I need here is the reverse Elastico, which will push the ball right here with 2 touches. And then this creates another angle. Of course, if the opponent remains on you, that could be really hard, but you got to try it out. And in that case, you see, we go for the reverse Elastico, and the opponent goes for an aggressive tackle like this. And then since we change the ball's direction like that, we will receive another shooting angle. Like the near post shot seems to be really awkward here, or protected, because the keeper is much more close to that side. But then just because the opponent was really aggressive, and then we were able to change the direction with the reverse Elastico to create another angle towards the goal, we can go for the far post shot, and in that case with the low driven shot, we will score the goal. If you're enjoying these kind of skill moves and you're a fan of dribbling, our previous video is exactly for you. Click the video that appears on your screen right now and explore the 4 pro tips to help you dribble better in FC 26. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, take care and peace.